Alright, we're going to make a little pizzata. Start with I'm going to start with this here tortilla shell. And we're just going to get that a little crispy on one side. You can see I'm cooking on my little outdoor grill here, which I've set up in the garage. So that's the first step. First step is just going to be to get this shell browned up. And I started with a little bit of butter in the pan, and this is my second one, so it's you can see the grease from the last pepperoni in there a little bit. I like to put the pepperoni in the pan to kind of crisp it up before it goes on the pizzata. So anyway, we'll crisp that up and then we'll come right back. Alright, so we're back on the, I'm going to show you the flame here. I'm going to lower the flame down a little bit now that the flour tortilla has been browned a little bit, slightly crispy. I'm just going to pour some pizza sauce on there. And I kind of like sauce, so I'll put a little extra. And we'll just spread that around with the spoon here, get her kind of close to the edges. And once we get that far, we're just going to add a little bit of cheese. And check that flame isn't too big there. I'll lower that down just a little bit more. I just got some straight up mozzarella cheese. Usually just pile it in the center and kind of push it out to the edges. And that takes care of the cheese. And the next thing we do is we'll scooch this over to the side a little bit. Get the pan ready to warm up a few pepperonis. And we'll just deal them right into the pan next. Very simple process. Doesn't take too long. Probably took about maybe 2 minutes to brown up that tortilla. And you could put the pepperoni right on top of the pizza if you wanted to, but I kind of like to get it a little crispy before I put it on there. So I'm just going to cover that for a few minutes, or maybe a minute, and let that cheese on that pizza melt a little bit, and let that pepperoni get a little bit crisp, and then we'll be right back. Alright, here we are again. See, we got the pepperoni. It's been about maybe 60 seconds in the pan. I'm just going to flip these pepperonis over and get the opposite side a little bit crispy. You can see they kind of turned into little cups there. Yeah, get on over there now. And you can see this cheese is kind of starting to melt on this pizza. Just turn it around since the flame is kind of underneath this pepperoni here. And actually, that's kind of looking like they're ready to go on there. So we'll just start tossing them on there. Get them arranged on there, sort of. Now the heat of those pepperonis is probably going to help melt that cheese a little bit too. The thing is, you don't want the flame to be too hot because you might burn the bottom of your pizzata, which is just a name I've given this little strange creation. But let's take a peek at the bottom of that crust. You can see it's kind of browning up there. And we'll just let her sit there for a bit, cover it up, and we'll be back in a flash. And it looks like our pizzata is done. It's been about another 60 seconds. And I'm just going to slide it right up here onto this plate. Turn this stove off. We'll take a little look underneath here. See, oh yeah, it's nicely browned. Not black, just brown. That gives it a kind of crispness. And as you can see, you can cut it with a fork. If you let it cool a little bit, it kind of gets a little stiffer, but delicious. Yeah, try yourself a pizzata. Okay, so here's the finished product, and I'm just going to kind of flip it around here for you, give you a shot of what it looks like. And there's the bottom, and it's a good item. It's a good item. Give it a try.